Atlanta Falcons did big things in the draft. Started with Bijan. Talk to me about the draft in a whole, but I mean, I know you want to talk about your boy.
No, absolutely. The draft as a whole, going into the draft, I thought it was a little bit questionable that we went running back right off the bat.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to take away from Bijan Robinson. We'll talk about him in a minute. But, Atlanta was in desperate need to bolster up the defensive line. It was definitely one of our key weaknesses. There's a lot more on that team in terms of holes, right? But for sure, I think with the amount of defensive talent that we had early on in that draft, whether it be Tyree Wilson, I'm trying to think of everybody in the draft now. Who else was a defensive lineman?
Harrison. You guys had Harrison in there.
Yeah, Harrison. Jalen Carter being available as well at that moment. Miles Murphy, that's who I'm thinking of. Or Miles Murphy. I think either, three of those players would have been key to have, especially them all being available at the 8th. Actually, I think Tyree Wilson was taken a little bit earlier, but from what I hear, they have their sights set on Bijan Robinson, and it is what it is. The rest of the draft wasn't too bad though. Like we went a couple defensive linemen. We did bolster up the defensive line. We also got an edge, which is also really good. A safety and a cornerback that got an A-graded value, especially being taken in the the 4th round.
The 4th round, yeah.
Yeah, where he was posed to be taken early 3rd, late 2nd is pretty spectacular. So. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I can't say I hate it that much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me bring it up real quick because one of those guys that you were talking about is definitely somebody that was on my board. As you said, first pick, 8th overall, you get Bijan Robinson, which was a big move. But then you go O-line, Matthew Bergeron, actually, who, if I'm not mistaken, is from Canada.
He is, from Quebec. That's correct.
Oh yeah. So great size out of Oregon. Definitely a steal there. Then you went defense straight with Zach Harrison, Clark Phillips, who you were just talking about. I wanted him. He was somebody that I thought was going to get picked in the first 3 rounds. The fact that you guys got him the 4th round, 113th overall pick, that to me. Let me just stick right here for a second.
Sure.
You've been one to tell me about AJ Terrell. You've been one to tell me about who's your other corner? Was it Hayward?
Yeah, Casey Hayward,
Casey Hayward. Then you guys still made moves this offseason and now getting 2 defensive backs. I mean, you guys seem to be really kind of, in a straight direction. Focus on that defense, focus on corners and safeties. I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, y'all think you're better because of that? Or
I think it's a combination, in my opinion, Sean. Having hopefully Clark Phillips be that, second parent to AJ Terrell and just keeping it there. I think that's a good, stepping stone, you could say, for sure for now. I think with right now, with all the things that have been happening with the Falcons, I think the biggest thing is we need to have people in their positions and we need to keep them there for more than a year, right? It can't be so much of a turn gate where we're having players just come in and go out. We need to build that chemistry. We have a very new team now, right? The team that we had from the Matt Ryan era, they're pretty much gone at this point, right? So I like it. I like it a lot. I'm hoping he balls out. I'm hoping he is that pairing with AJ Terrell, and I just hope we keep on building on that. To be quite honest with you, our division is very much open right now. It's been a lot of changes going on right now with them. With the Panthers getting a new quarterback, making some huge wide receiver changes. The New Orleans Saints getting a brand new quarterback, a new face, right? Somebody they can rely on, as well as signing a really deep and, balling out running back. I think that's huge. And Tampa Bay going through a complete rebuild and seeing what pieces they want to keep. It's very much a division that's wide open right now at this moment. So it's exciting to watch for sure.
Absolutely. And then finishing out, you got it. Like I said, another D-back and then another lineman. Break it down for me. Overall, how do you think you did? Obviously, Bijan helps whatever grade you're going to give, but overall, how do you think you did as far as the needs and what you were able to acquire?
I'll be realistic here. Me being a biased Atlanta fan, I'm not going to just go and give them an A. I'm going to give it a B+ personally. Okay. That's kind of what I want to keep them at. Bijan Robinson, again, I'm really happy we picked him. He's very likely could be a generational running back for sure.
Yeah.
He's being compared to LaDainian Tomlinson. So I think that's a huge comparison to make, especially this early. On most people or most critics' draft analysis, he is the best prospect picked right now. So, it's just a matter like what you were saying earlier on. Can he live up to the hype, right? He's versatile. He's 5'11", 215 pounds. Like the guy's he's gonna ball out. The only thing that I worry about is I just hope it's not another Saquon Barkley and Dalvin Cook scenario where he gets injured. I don't want to throw too much on him. I don't want to get blindsided from the fact that, we got this guy that's absolutely a monster, but let's not take away from giving carries to Tyler Algier, right? Tyler Algier definitely proved himself last season. Let's make sure we split it up and we don't put too much pressure on one guy. And I worry about that with, Arthur Smith being at the helm, considering he is more so a running coach. But we'll have to see. Like, I can pretty much guarantee that, if the same kind of situation happens last year where Marcus Mariota didn't really throw and it's another running situation, I think Arthur Smith will be on his way out before the end of the season.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, and I think that is realistic, man. And considering, that yes, some of the court teams in your division made QB moves, but still, it's like you said, it's wide open.